Hey y'all, welcome to Restless Chipotle Kitchen. Today we are going to make a no-bake pie that's going to take you 5-10 minutes to put together, and it's ready in 4 hours. So delicious, so creamy. I've already taken a bite, so let's see how it's done. If you're not trying to do pictures or do a video while you're making this pie, it's literally going to take you about 5 to 10 minutes to put together totally. It's one of the easiest pies that I have a recipe for. It's delicious. It's fantastic for potlucks, summer parties, and all of that. I just love it, and I'm pretty sure you will too. Excuse me, my throat is goofy today. So what you're going to need is softened cream cheese, and this is Philadelphia cream cheese. They're not paying me, but I want to tell you that I've used off-brand cream cheeses and they just don't work as well. So, you know, do what you want, use what you can get, but in the United States, Philadelphia brand would be the one that I would recommend. Also, make sure it's full fat. Don't skimp on the fat on this. This is not diet food. This is, you know, not something you're going to want to eat every single day or even once a week. It's got calories in it, y'all, and so I just want to tell you that don't use the low-fat cream cheese, don't use fat-free cream cheese, use the real stuff, okay? If you're going to get the calories, you might as well get the flavor. All right, and we're going to need some sugar, some crushed pineapple that's been drained, and I like to drain the pineapple over a bowl so that way it saves the juice and I can use it for something else. I don't know if y'all do that, but I was raised by parents that were lived through the Depression, and they were careful about everything. So, and then the other thing we need is a graham cracker or a shortbread, any kind of crumb crust. You could even put this in a baked like butter pie crust. That would be fine if you prefer that. Generally, I make my own crusts, except for when I'm doing like videos or something, it's just easier to buy them. And I do have a crumb crust recipe on the blog, and I do have an all butter crust recipe on the blog if you prefer to do homemade. But that's about it, a little bit of vanilla. We're also going to need Cool Whip 3 cups, which is an 8-ounce tub. Y'all, I have a gravelly voice sometimes because I had my thyroid out and there's some scar tissue, and so there's really not anything I can do about that. It's not going to clear away or anything like that. It's just kind of a bad day today for my throat. So I'm sorry about that. Make sure that your pineapple is well drained, because if it's not, you don't have to press all the juice out or anything, but it does need to be well drained, because if it's not, the pie is not going to set up right. If you message me or email me and tell me that your pie didn't set up, I am going to tell you that probably you did not drain the pineapple well enough. So before you even get started with this, even 30 minutes ahead of time or whatever, just put your pineapple in a strainer or whatever and drain it, and just leave it to drain for while you're getting everything else ready. Fit your mixer with the paddle attachment. That works best. You don't want to use the whips because it's too much heavy of a filling for that, and it will bend your whips, and it's just not fun. Add your cream cheese, and then add your sugar. And then you're going to mix that up until it's smooth and it's together, and you can't feel any sugar crystals when you kind of rub the mixture between your fingers, or not very many sugar crystals, maybe not all of them gone. The one thing I do want to say, whenever you're working with cream cheese, you don't want to whip it. You want to mix it up on low, either the lowest setting or maybe a 2 on a KitchenAid, but really no more than that. If you whip air into it, it's not going to have that dense cheesecakey quality that you're looking for. So let's get that started. Every once in a while you're going to want to stop and pull this off the sides with a rubber spatula. so that it all gets mixed in and you don't have a bunch of sugar sitting on the bottom, which I've done before. It's looking pretty smooth. I'm going to scrape the sides down a little bit and get a little bit of it. I can't feel any sugar crystals at all. So the next thing we're going to do is put the vanilla in. And y'all know, use real vanilla here, right? We're not going to skimp on the ingredients. All right, once you get the vanilla in there, turn it back on for just a minute. When it's all smooth and the vanilla's in there, you're done with this part of it. I'm going to take this and transfer it to a different bowl, a glass bowl, so that you can see kind of the rest of what's going on a lot easier. But you don't have to do that. You can do all of it in your mixer bowl, okay? So I will see y'all in a minute. So we've got the cream cheese, vanilla, and sugar mixture pulled out of the mixing bowl and into the glass bowl. And this is basically a no-bake cheesecake mixture. And what we're going to do is take our crushed pineapple that's been drained, and we're going to fold it in. So we're going to put it in there like that, and then I'm just going to, and this does not have to be done delicately. Make sure that it's mixed in evenly, though. You don't want it to be, you know, a big chunk of cheesecake stuff over here and a big chunk of pineapple here. You want it to be mixed pretty evenly. Now, there is going to be some juice left in the pineapple, and as you can see, that makes it a little on the liquid side, but that's going to chill and firm up, so we're not going to worry about that right now. This pie freezes really well, so if I was you, I would make 2 or 4 of them. For summertime, cover them real good, and they will keep in the freezer for 3 months. Fabulous way to have dessert ready anytime you want. It takes about maybe 15 or 20 minutes out on the counter in the kitchen to thaw out, and serve it with your dinner. Have your own frozen pies handy. I love that. It makes things so easy. Now we are going to fold in our Cool Whip, and the thing about this is we are going to do this very gently because we don't want to deflate the Cool Whip. I have tried using stabilized whipped cream in this, and I just don't think it works as well. So I highly recommend the Cool Whip even if you normally use regular whipped cream. I'm a big fan of whipped cream, but when it comes to these kinds of pies, there's nothing like the Cool Whip. So take it or leave it, but that's my advice. And then once you get that folded in, I like to fold it in 3 batches. And that's just an over and under movement, or under and over movement, however you look at it. But go from the bottom and flip it over, and then go from the bottom and flip it over, change your bowl, or turn your bowl rather, and flip. And that's how you gently fold it in. And you just keep doing that until it seems like it's pretty well blended up. And then we'll do our last bit. As you can imagine, this is a pretty rich pie. So good though, and I love it in summer. Another thing that you can do is put some coconut flavoring in here, and you'll have kind of a pina colada kind of pie. Also very good. And look how fluffy this is. Can you see this? Look how fluffy that filling is. It's so pretty. And it looks so good, and it smells delicious. All right. Once we get that part done and everything's folded in, the only thing left to do, besides move bowls around, is put it in our pie shell. And we're just going to pile it in there. This pie shell has got a few cracks in it. When I got it, I noticed that the kids had set a couple of things in it when the plastic was on upside down like you get it from the store. They had set a couple of cans in there, and it made it kind of crumbly, but that's okay, because when this firms up, it will definitely hold this together. And you're just going to press it down just a little bit so that it gets into all parts of the pie and all the way to the edges. And then pile it up just a little bit. Now, once this is chilled, you can decide if you want to put more Cool Whip on the top or if you want to just serve it like this. Personally, I'm all for the more Cool Whip on the top, but you do you. Garnish it any way you want. All right, there's our pie. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get it out of these edges here. Put this top on. And that's one thing I do like about the store pies is that, or the store graham cracker crust, is you get these cool tops that you can put on. As you can see, the filling is a little high for this one, but we're making it work. Making it work. I suggest very strongly that before you put the plastic on top of the pie, that you wash it out good, because you don't know what's been on top of it. So that's just something that some people don't think about, but I do, because I'm weird like that. All right, so there's our pie. All we need to do now is to put it in the fridge for at least 4 hours. So I will see y'all in about 4 hours. All right, y'all, here's our pie. So pretty. That's just the filling. I haven't put any Cool Whip on it yet. I went ahead and took the plastic cover off of it just in case it got ugly when I was taking it off, and I didn't want y'all to see an ugly pie. So what I'm going to do, or what I like to do, is to add some Cool Whip to the top, because, you know, as long as you're having dessert, you might as well have dessert, right? And you can not add the Cool Whip. You can add regular whipped cream to the top right before serving, or you can leave it plain. But like I said, I like to add a little bit of Cool Whip to it. There. Put a few little curly cues on there just to make it interesting. Does that not look delicious? I'm starting to lose my light and getting some weird shadows here. So let's cut into it. Oh gosh, this is so good. Cannot wait. I am not good at cutting pie. I am a little better at cutting cake, but still not great at it. No, tempting as it is, I am not going to take that whole piece. I'm going to cut it one more time. So I always figure 8 servings on this pie because it's pretty rich. You could probably get more than that. You could probably get 10 servings on it pretty easily. Take it out and hope that everything holds together okay. You never quite know what's going to happen. Look at that. Perfect. Y'all. Look at this pie. Look at the layers of graham cracker and then pineapple cream and then Cool Whip. So good. And there is our slice of pie right there. All right, y'all. This is it. The bite. The time that I get to taste it and you wish you got to taste it. So good. Well, my daughter just came in. The dogs went nuts. There's something about, hey, I'm recording, don't come in, that sometimes people don't get. So I'm not sure if I already took a bite, but if I didn't, I'm going to take a bite now. Y'all look at this. It's so thick and creamy. It's so good, and it tastes just like summer. Plus, it freezes. So, hey, make 4 of them. It's not going to take you any longer to make 4 of them than it is to make 1 of them. Cover them good. Well, so the way that you freeze them, or the way that I freeze them, is I put them on a cookie sheet without a top on it, just like that. And I let it stay on that cookie sheet until everything's hard frozen. Takes a couple of hours, sometimes overnight. Make sure that you don't have like any fish or anything weird in the freezer that won't make it, make the taste go into the pie. Anyway, so once it's hard frozen, you take it out and wrap it real good with plastic wrap, and you can put it in a pie saver if you want to, but that takes up a lot of space. And then once it's wrapped up real good, sometimes I'll put aluminum foil over it too, just to make sure it's sealed up really good. And once it is, you can freeze it for up to 3 months, and you'll have a pie whenever you want to. And trust me, this thing is so good. Everybody is gonna love it, all right? They're gonna ask you for the recipe. They are going to bow down to your superior pie making skills. You're gonna love this, I swear. So, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back next week, because I'm gonna do something else that's gonna be delicious. Don't know what it is yet, but it'll be delicious. And yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Love y'all. Bye-bye.